Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos pinpoints your mornings on News 6. Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood now at 5 a.m.
Now on News 6 Mornings, a local doctor locked up and facing charges, what police say he did to his own wife.
Plus, a big verdict following the death of a 14-year-old boy who fell from a thrill ride. How much money his family will now be getting after a years-long lawsuit.
And the countdown is on as the city of Orlando gets ready to flip the switch on its holiday tree. What you can expect to see in just hours at Lake Eola. And let me tell you, one of the things you can expect to see sitting right next to me. Good morning on your Friday. It's 5 a.m. I'm Crystal Moyer.
I'm the flip switcher. Stephen Montero.
Flipper.
Flip switcher.
Be
Switch
careful.
flipper.
Be careful.
Oh, I got to be careful there. I'll have a check on the roads. But first, we got to talk to our chief because it's a little warmer out there this morning.
Talk about flipping the switch there across parts of Central Florida. Right now, we are starting off in the 60s in some spots.
Yes. I like it.
I mean, pretty much the 50s.
Bring it on up, Candace. Bring it on up.
I know. Everyone's loving it, right? I broke out the short sleeves this morning. We're at 60 degrees in the Villages, same through Leesburg and Claremont, 58 in Sanford. You guys remember yesterday I told you it was going to be a really warm start. How warm is it? Look at the past 24 hours. Right now, we are running between 7 and 24 degrees warmer this morning than yesterday at 5 a.m. So there was certainly a big switch. And the reason for it is because we are watching a cold front that is sweeping through parts of Central Florida right now. We have a lot of cloud cover, and that's trapping all of that heat from yesterday down at the surface. So this is what you can expect. Even though it's a mild start, I'd be at almost warm start, we're only going to be warming up about 5-8 degrees throughout the day. That cold front will come through. That cooler air will settle into the afternoon. So highs today are only going to be into those mid-60s. And then later on tonight, time to crank up that fireplace once again as temperatures will be dipping back down into the 40s early Saturday morning. Some of our areas farther north will be down into the 30s. We'll have more details on some advisories that are in place for tomorrow morning coming up in just a little bit. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
Crystal and I were looking at each other like, man, we wonder what the temp's going to be tonight. And we were like, let's just wait to see what Candace says. Then she says 40s. We're like, okay, there it is. I-4 at the 56-mile marker east and westbound, guys. It's 5:01 in the morning. There better not be any issues out there. Osceola Polk line looking good as well. Now, there are a few spotty crashes. One out here towards St. Cloud, 192 at Big Sky Boulevard in the westbound direction. I have another one north of there at Sand Lake and Turkey Lake. Don't worry, one more. And out here at Colonial and Old Cheney. Need you to take it nice and easy. All three of those have roadblocks. Crystal.
Thanks, Trooper Steve. A disturbing arrest in Orange County. This doctor, Thomas Wenzel, locked up accused of killing his wife inside the couple's Windermere home. Police say he confessed to the crime. And this morning, we're digging into his background and exactly what led up to the arrest. News 6's Angie Casada is live in Ocoee this morning. And Angie, by all indications, he seemed like a well-liked doctor.
Yeah, Crystal, good morning. Listen, I was looking at reviews online overnight, and many patients were praising Dr. Thomas Wenzel's work as a doctor in internal medicine at this office right behind me here in Ocoee. But this morning, Wenzel's waking up in the Orange County jail. Of course, he's going to be going before a judge later on this morning, and we'll keep you updated as it unfolds. Reporting in Ocoee, Angie Casada, Getting Results, News 6.
Thank you, Angie. New from overnight, Apopka police have issued an alert for a woman they say is missing and endangered. Take a look at your screen, please. They're looking for 49-year-old Theodora Lovett. They say she was last seen in the area of 8th Street and Washington Avenue around 8:15 last night. She was last seen wearing jeans and black boots. Please, if you have any information or you know of anyone who has seen her or know about her whereabouts, call the Apopka Police Department.
$310 million. That's the amount of money a jury awarded to the parents of a 14-year-old who fell to his death from the former freefall ride at Icon Park. Tyree Sampson's family sued the designer and manufacturer of the ride following the 2022 tragedy. Yesterday, jurors heard about an engineer's report which found sensors on the ride had been adjusted for larger riders, leaving the teen improperly secured. What they didn't hear is from the two foreign-based companies at the center of the case, as they didn't show up.
What happened to the seatbelts? I mean, I have a lot of questions, but yes, I did want them. I wanted them to face me. Apologize, I got none of that. No apologies, no anything.
The family also sued Icon Park and the ride's operator, but reached a settlement last year. Their lawyer says they hope the case serves as a wake-up call for the entire industry to implement stricter safety measures. We are now just 19 days away from Christmas. Can you believe it? But you don't have to wait that long to get into the spirit in Orlando.
That is right. The News 6 morning team is going to be at Lake Eola in just hours to flip the switch on the Lake Eola Christmas tree. Our News 6 Mark Lehman is there live this morning. And Mark, got a big sneak peek about what we can expect tonight.
Yeah, we caught up with the company in charge of all of the decorations here at Lake Eola Park. And the centerpiece is the more than 6-story Christmas tree that's set to be lit up later tonight. Now, there's a lot that goes into all this, so we got a behind-the-scenes look to see how everything happens. Now, all around Lake Eola, there are lots of other holiday displays and photo ops. The festivities for tonight's tree lighting run from 5 until 9 p.m. And you can watch the tree lighting ceremony live on News 6 Plus, our News 6 YouTube page, and on clickorlando.com. For now, reporting live in Orlando, Mark Lehman, Getting Results, News 6.
Mark, thanks. And Candace, we just saw those angel wings behind them.
Yes.
So many places to take photos with family members and different light displays all around Lake Eola. If families are heading out tonight, do they need to bring a jacket?
I would say so. Temperatures, I know you guys heard me say that overnight lows are going to be into the 40s. That's like early, like 7 a.m. Saturday. So it takes a while to cool things down. So everyone take a deep breath. It's still going to be in the mid-50s. So it's going to be a nice, cool, cool evening, much chillier early Saturday morning. So does that make sense? So it's going to cool down. Okay, 54 degrees is our temperature by the time we are lighting that Christmas tree up. So it's going to be just a really nice evening, partly cloudy skies in the forecast. And the reason why we're going to start cooling things down a little bit after warming up yesterday is we are watching a cold front right now trying to make its way through central Florida. It's going to take its sweet time coming through. So as it does so, we're going to have a lot more cloud cover. It will be kind of a warm start across parts of central Florida, but the cold air is there. It's just far up to our north right now. This zone yesterday looks a lot like what we're experiencing. Temperatures running about 15 to 20 degrees kind of warmer than yesterday. But you see that cold air is really starting to settle in nicely to our north. It's just going to take a little bit of time to get it here to central Florida. So in the meantime, it is a warmer start. Right now we're at 62 degrees in Ocala, running about 25 degrees warmer this morning than yesterday. We're at 58 in New Smyrna Beach, 57 in Cocoa Beach. So as the kids are heading to the bus stop today, they might not need any additional layers. We're at 56 degrees. It will be a mild morning. Temperatures back into those upper 60s. So it will be a cooler day. How long, though, will this cooler weather last? And when will we see the return of the 80s? Your full forecast, including the weekend, coming up. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
You brought up that 7 a.m., 8 a.m. kind of temps, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll be in the city of St. Cloud judging the Christmas parade tomorrow morning.
Nice.
So it's going to be chilly. I'll have my...
You're busy.
Hey, you know, it's Christmas time. 192, Big Sky. We do have a crash out there. That's that area, unincorporated Osceola County. So just be careful. FHP going to be responding to that one. Same here at Sand Lake and Turkey Lake. And then out on the east side here at Colonial and Old Cheney. Outside of that this morning, I-4 up to speed. No issues east and westbound. And I didn't see any lane closures as I was coming in.
5:11 on your Friday. The holidays are the busiest season for the Salvation Army, especially, you know, with the need at an all-time high.
Absolutely, but it's not all they do. Coming up, what the organization does throughout the year to help the community make ends meet.
But first, new developments in the search for the gunman who shot and killed United Healthcare CEO. The images police are hoping will lead them to the suspect.
This portion of the news is sponsored by AutoNation.
Do you feel like we got results for you?
Absolutely. I don't think this ever would have got resolved without you guys helping me.
Developing now, police in New York City have released new images showing the man they say shot and killed United Healthcare CEO in a targeted attack. Investigators say one picture was taken at a hostel where they believe he stayed just before shooting and killing Brian Thompson Wednesday morning. In the photo, the man could be seen smiling. Officials say the gunman checked into the hostel days before using a fake New Jersey ID.
NYPD and the FBI have a great ability to pull together video surveillance and piece it together moment by moment by moment and follow somebody through any camera available.
Authorities think the suspect dropped a burner phone in a water bottle that has a smudged fingerprint on it. Police say they also found the words "depose" and "delay" written on a shell casing, which is part of a popular insurance industry phrase, you know, delay, deny, defend.
Well, between its Red Kettle campaign and the Angel Tree program, it's the busiest time of the year for the Salvation Army, and the need has never been greater. News 6 morning, I wish he was still with us hanging out, right? This morning, News 6 anchor Justin Warmoth is taking a closer look at how the organization works year-round to help the community make ends meet.
It's all about lifting others.
Absolutely.
I love that. Well, a homeowner in North Florida has created quite the holiday display that's really turning some heads.
Big time. So fans of A Christmas Story will certainly get this. I know Crystal does. That is a 20-foot replica of the leg lamp made famous in the popular movie. It's located just outside of Jacksonville in Neptune Beach. The man behind this even included a replica of Ralphie hugging the lamp while wearing his pink bunny suit.
And we've all learned that that lamp is fragile.
Yeah.
You know, because then it broke.
Must be Italian.
Accident.
Right,
Must be Italian.
Oh, such a good classic movie that is timeless. I think anyone can relate to it in some capacity, family vibes, all that fun stuff.
I feel like that's how I felt the other day with all the layers on. I can't move my arm.
Yeah, we were stuck out there.
You used all the glue.
On purpose.
On purpose.
You can tell they've watched that a lot.
I've watched it 4 times already this
24
holiday
hours,
season.
baby. Christmas Eve.
There it is. There it is. It's just so, it's such a good movie. All right, let's talk about your weather forecast. Shoot your eye out, kid. I can go on. All right. Weather headlines for today. I love that lamp. So that was Neptune Beach. Okay. All right. Good to know. Weather headlines for today. We've got a front that's coming through. You might maybe need to add the layer or so later on tonight, as we are going to continue to see temperatures drop. So this morning, though, it is a warm start. Many of our locations interior only in the 60s at this hour. And as we head into that weekend, after about Saturday, we have another day in the 60s on Saturday, but then comes Sunday and into at least the first half of the work week, it's going to get warm. We're talking back to the 80s by Monday and Tuesday. For those who are hoping for a little bit of another cool down, that will arrive Wednesday night, and that will usher in a little kind of cool pocket there by the end of the week. Nothing cool about the forecast right now. It's pretty warm for this time of the year. Right now, we're at 62 degrees in Ocala. Still in the upper 50s in Daytona Beach. We're nearing 60 in many of our coastal communities as well. 54 in Orlando and 55 degrees right now in Winter Haven. So we are tracking a cold front. Now, with that being said, we're going to hold the rain coverage for this afternoon at about a 20% today. And that's really because many of our models are still picking up an isolated shower or two. Most of the rain that will develop will even be hard for the radar to pick up. That's how light the rain will be. The clouds will finally start pushing out later in the day. So do expect, although a cool day, it will be a little bit more on the cloudier side. So more clouds than we have been dealing with. And then once we move into Friday night, those skies clear and temperatures will start dropping, and they'll be dropping even near freezing in some of our locations. So a little bit of a roller coaster temperature here over the next few days. Now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your Friday.
Your weather forecast is sponsored by Fairwinds.
66, that is our high for this afternoon, now running about 10 degrees below average. We were near average yesterday, below average today. And then you can see we'll continue to see a few more clouds around. Overall, a nice night by 8 p.m. in Orlando. If you want to come see the lighting of the Christmas tree there, we will be out there. We do have a frost and freeze potential across our far northwestern zones. We'll be waking up nearing freezing in Marion County. Later on tonight, early Saturday morning, we'll be waking up back down into the 40s. So we're going to see almost another 20-degree drop between this morning and tomorrow morning. We do have a freeze watch in effect for central and western Marion County. And then as we head into the weekend, it looks like we'll really start that warming trend on Sunday. Highs will be back in those mid-70s, but we still got a big old ridge of high pressure, and that's going to start clocking us above average starting Monday and Tuesday. Look at that, the return of the 80s. Watching another front on Wednesday, and then another cool down by the end of next week. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
It is looking good out here. It's Friday. Always a nice start to the day. We do have a few minor crashes out there, though. So hopefully we can get these cleared up before the morning commute starts. Sand Lake, Turkey Lake, and then one out on the east side, Old Cheney and Colonial Drive. This is east of 436, not on the western side of 436. So just be careful. The rest of us doing good. Seminole County, good morning to you guys. Lake Mary, Sanford, Longwood, even down towards the Winter Springs area, 417. No issues this morning. So we zoom in towards our 417 northbound. We did have some construction this morning. Nothing shut down. You're clear. Your entrance and exit ramps to I-4.
Another delay in NASA's attempt to send humans back to the moon.
At the bottom of the hour, the problem that is forcing the push back of the Artemis mission.
But first, a consumer alert for hundreds of thousands of Honda owners. The SUVs being recalled over fears they could leak fuel.
No matter what's happening where you live, trust Sky 6 to get you the bigger picture. Exclusively sponsored by attorney Dan Newland. It's the Florida Lottery Get 'em While They're Hot Watch to Win contest, and you have a chance to win all week. Just look for the word of the day, then go to clickorlando.com/contest to enter. Today's word is bonus. Watch to win with the Florida Lottery, only on News 6.
Curious about the weather? Jump into WeatherWise on News 6 Plus. It's your go-to for a deep dive into weather. Sure, I'll catch you up on the current conditions, but we are going way beyond that. Join me for WeatherWise on News 6 Plus and clickorlando.com.
Sign up to be an insider.
Insider.
Insiders.
What does it mean to be an insider? Join thousands of others in this unique community to gain access to all kinds of exclusive content, like extended interviews, behind-the-scenes looks, and bloopers. Plus, enter contests, get exciting deals, and more.
100% shocked. She called me. I was like, what? Are you serious? What did I win?
Just a great way to know a little bit more beyond the newscast.
Sign up to be a News 6 insider at clickorlando.com/insider. Sponsored by the Orange County Library System.
A consumer alert this morning involving more than 200,000 Honda SUVs. A recall has been issued over fears of possible fuel leaks. The recall includes certain 2023 and 2024 Passport and 2023 to 2025 Pilot vehicles. Honda says some of the SUVs may have an incomplete connection in the fuel lines that could cause parts to separate in a crash and then leak fuel. Honda says owners will be notified next month about getting a free inspection and repair if needed.
Make sure you get that checked out, please. All right, still to come on News 6 mornings, we're counting down to the big event in downtown Orlando.
The lighting of the holiday tree at Lake Eola just hours away, what the city is doing to prepare for the big event.
But first, a local doctor locked up after investigators say he admitted to killing his own wife. The charges he is now facing and when he's set to face a judge.
Kick off the holiday season and light up Lake Eola for the city of Orlando and News 6.
There will be activities for the whole family. You can get some shopping done at the holiday market Friday, December 6th.
Because of you, the insurance people decided that they're going to help. You did it. Channel 6 did it. And that I will say thank you.
Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results.
A local doctor charged with killing his wife inside their Windermere home. How police say he confessed to the crime days after the victim was found.
Working to get results before tragedy strikes. How officials are teaming up with a local nonprofit to try and stop children with autism from drowning.
I'm here to find a solution to the problem.
Plus, leaders making a new promise to try to stop flooding in Volusia County. What solutions they have on the table after a big meeting last night. Good morning, Central Florida. I'm Stephen Montiero. Bridget is off.
And I'm Crystal Moyer. We'll have those stories ahead, but we want to start with a check of your pinpoint weather with Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos. Good morning.
I didn't get the little checkerboard pattern note. You guys are both wearing kind of the same pattern.
That went right over my head.
I'm just looking at the shot. I was like, oh, they look cute together. That's nice. All right, let's talk about your weather forecast across Central. They were like, I didn't even notice. Right now, we are watching a cold front that is sweeping through parts of Central Florida. It's not sweeping very fast, so it's more like crawling across Central Florida. And as it does so, we're going to see a lot more cloud cover, keeping temperatures this morning very much on the mild side of things. But that cold air is just up to our north, down into the teens in Nashville, 35 in Charlotte. But back here at home, we are back into the 60s, and we're staying in the 60s. It's going to take a lot of effort to actually cool us down this morning. We're at 54 in Orlando. Compared to 24 hours ago, remember yesterday morning I told you it's going to be much warmer? Well, here's the proof. Right now we are running between 7 and up to about 22 degrees warmer this morning than yesterday. Now into the afternoon, temperatures are not really warming up much. We are starting off in the mid-50s right now in downtown Orlando, only warming up into the mid-60s. How is tonight looking like? Who has freeze watches already in effect? We'll have a full breakdown and look into the weekend coming up. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
Thank you, Candace. Good morning to you, Central Florida, Colonial and Old Cheney. Be careful as you're headed out there, but the east side looking good. I'm talking through the Christmas area, you know, a little festive out and through the State Road 50. Nice and smooth if you're headed out towards Brevard County. DOT cam out there also along I-95 at the 213. A little blurry, that's all right. We'll move on. North of Titusville looking good, and you are clear along 95 northbound through MIMS. Now to a really disturbing arrest. A longtime local doctor locked up accused of murdering his wife.
Yeah, and the police say it all happened inside the couple's Windermere home. The investigation began early Monday after the victim was found on Magnolia Street, right near Main Street and 6th Avenue. News 6's Angie Casada is following the latest live. And Angie, you're a few miles away in Ocoee where this doctor had an office.
Yeah, guys, good morning. There's actually a note on the door saying that they're closed and that they're going to be reaching out to patients to reschedule. This comes as Wenzel is set to face a judge from the Orange County Jail.
Well, after weeks of uncertainty, Volusia County leaders say several studies are now underway to try and get results for homeowners dealing with some flooding. People got the chance to sound off at a special town hall meeting last night. Some say water is still in their neighborhoods from Hurricane Milton. They want something done about it.
I really hope that they're encouraged to know that we're not just sitting around talking, that there's actually things going on in their government to try and fix the problem.
A county-wide building moratorium is also expected to be brought up at the next council meeting. On a smaller scale, the city of Edgewater already unanimously approved the first readings of 2 building moratorium ordinances this week. One, a citywide ban on things like rezoning. The other would stop building permits on surfaces that can't absorb water. The final vote will be next month.
We're once again helping kick off the holiday by celebrating the annual tree lighting ceremony at Lake Eola in downtown Orlando. Your News 6 morning team will be in downtown Orlando tonight as the 64-foot tall Christmas tree is officially lit up for the very first time this year. This is video of that event from last year. News 6's Mark Lehman joins us live in downtown. And Mark, how are those preparations looking?
Well, months of planning go into all of this, but the man in charge of it all says everything is ready to flip the switch on the big show. We even got a chance to go inside the Christmas tree here to see how it's all put together. Now, there are a lot of festivities for tonight's ceremony that runs from 5 until 9. Now, if you can't make it in person, you can watch on News 6 Plus, our YouTube page, and clickorlando.com. For now, reporting live in downtown Orlando, Mark Lehman, getting results, News 6.
Thanks, Mark. Now, Lake Eola isn't the only city getting in the Christmas spirit. Red bows and string lights line the streets of downtown Ocala after the Hospice of Marion County Foundation held its annual Lights of Love memorial tree lighting last night. And a reminder, we need your help to get to finish the line of the Salvation Army Trees program.
Yeah, so far 1,500 angels have been returned. Remember, our goal is to get gifts for 5,000 kids and 1,000 seniors. All the angels must be turned in by next Wednesday, December 11th. So, check those cars, check your wallets. You might have an angel that you forgot up in there. We posted those details at clickorlando.com/angeltree where you can drop off your gifts.
Well, now back over to our weather with Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos. Now, there's no excuse about weather tonight if you want to come on out and hang out with us.
The weather's going to be fantastic. We've had it extremely warm. We've had rain. Today, it's going to be just lovely. We'll be in those mid-50s. So basically, the temperature we're dealing with right now is the temperature we'll be dealing with at 8 o'clock this evening. But speaking of temperatures out the door right now, on this Friday morning, finally Friday, we are in the low 60s, up and down the I-75 corridor there through Ocala, the Villages, Leesburg, all the way down through southern Lake County and Claremont, and then along the I-4 corridor. We're in those mid to upper 50s, so a very warm start. And the reason for it, we got a cold front that's sitting right overhead. We'll be bringing us just a few spotty showers, but into the afternoon today, we'll have the cloud cover still linger for a few hours, but that cooler air will start settling in. So this is what you can expect for the next few days. It's a mild morning, some clouds around. It will be kind of breezy and cooler on your Friday, but then starting really comes Sunday, that's when we will start that warming trend with possibly the return of the 80s in the forecast. I'll have a full breakdown of everything you need to know coming up in just a few minutes. Now let's check on those roadways. It's Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
Road's still nice and smooth. Let's keep it like that for a Friday for the tree lighting. I know I'm talking about Brevard right now, but hey, it's all about mutual vibes. Titusville, you're clear up towards Mims, and then if you're headed even further north into Volusia, New Smyrna Beach, good morning to you guys. I'm going to slide west here as we make our way towards DeLand. DOT camera showing I-4 and 44 nice and smooth. Yesterday I was on I-4, but I was down in World Drive, and let me tell y'all, I don't know why I do this to myself, but we got to drive around, check out the interchange, head to clickorlando.com, and you can check that out. Today, it's all about the Salvation Army, guys. So we are going to be taking our gifts from all of the News 6 crew that's been participating in the Angel Tree and bring it over to the Joy Center. Join me at 10 a.m. I'm trying to convince my ladies of the News 6 morning team here to come for the ride with me. So join us at 10 o'clock.
You don't have to do much convincing.
All right, sounds good. Another delay when it comes to NASA's first crewed flight to the moon in over 50 years.
What the agency says needs to happen before Artemis 2 gets off the ground. First, though, a high-magnitude earthquake shakes the coast of Northern California. The tsunami fears that had some evacuating their homes.
Trooper Steve on Patrol is sponsored by Gibson Truck World. We are the king of trucks.
Another delay in the future of space when it comes to sending U.S. astronauts back to the moon. NASA says the next Artemis mission won't be until April 2026, which pushes the Artemis 3 mission, putting 2 astronauts on the moon, to at least 2027. And that's if everything goes to plan.
We need to get this test flight right, this Artemis 2 test flight right, to ensure the success of our return to the moon.
The latest delays follow a NASA investigation into the heat shield expectedly charring during re-entry of Artemis 1. However, NASA does say it's gotten to the root of the problem and the capsule will be safe for its first crew. City leaders are moving forward on a plan to crack down on unregulated vacation rentals in Cocoa Beach. Last night, commissioners approved a new ordinance when it comes to misleading ads for Airbnb. The measure aims to protect business owners, visitors, and people who live there from false advertising tactics. Under the ordinance, false advertising would be classified as a public nuisance, and that means higher fines for offenders.
All right, guys, Disney is celebrating a new addition to its Kilimanjaro safari at Animal Kingdom, a new pride of lions. I love this. Meeting siblings Mashango, Zahara, and Nima. These playful lions are bringing their vibrant energy already to the park just weeks before the Walt Disney Studios' newest live action film. You already know, Mufasa, the Lion King, is set to debut on the big screen shortly. My favorite Disney movie of all time.
Lion King, okay.
So excited about that. I saw that on Instagram yesterday and I was like, I guarantee we're going to talk about that in the morning show.
Yeah. Did you see those pictures though?
They're gorgeous.
The pose,
yeah.
They know.
Whenever we do the safari, I always I was like, man, I wish I could be those lions because they just look like they're always just loving life. They're just sitting there, always just
That's
relaxing.
you, Candace. You are fierce and loving life, girl.
Thank you.
Take it.
I'll take it.
All right.
Crystal has taught me to just accept the compliments. I'm going to accept it. All right, let's talk about your weather forecast across Central Florida. Okay, all right, I'll be a lioness.
You got two beautiful cubs, girl.
Yeah,
they're quite little lions, aren't they? They look like lions in the morning. Just give them another 15 minutes and we'll see how that goes. All right, let's look at those temperatures out the door right now. We are back into the 60s across parts of Central Florida. It's a much milder start, and that's because we have a lot of cloud cover overhead, all thanks to a cold front that is making its way through Central Florida. Now, as it does so, all that heating that we picked up yesterday is all getting kind of trapped down at the surface because that cloud cover doesn't let that heat escape out into space. So for that reason, we're starting off about 20 degrees warmer in some of our inland locations than we did just yesterday. Right now we're at 54 in Orlando, 58 in New Smyrna Beach. So again, that cold front right now making its way through Central Florida. We're going to continue to pick up maybe an isolated shower or two, so we're going to hold that coverage about 20%. Throughout the day, although we could have an isolated shower, widespread cloud cover is expected into the afternoon with temperatures staying in the 60s. Then as we head into the evening hours, as we light that Christmas tree at 8 o'clock tonight at Lake Eola, we are going to continue to see those skies clear, and we'll see mostly sunny skies once again for your Saturday. It will be, though, a chillier start Saturday morning. Now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for today.
Your forecast is sponsored by Publix.
Temperatures right now, we're, again, starting off in the 50s, only warming up into the 60s this afternoon. By about 2, 3 o'clock, we'll be about 65 to about 67 degrees or so. So mild start, but it will be a cooler day. As we head into the evening hours, we're starting off again, 50s and 60s. Tomorrow morning, we'll be down into the 30s and 40s. So a little bit of a whiplash here when it comes to these temperatures. We're at 45 early tomorrow morning in Sanford. Trooper Steve, he's going to be in Osceola County early tomorrow morning for judging the parade. We'll be in those mid-40s, Steve, so make sure you're bundling up. And then across our far northwestern zones, there will be the potential of getting close to freezing, which is why we do have a freeze watch that will be in effect until early Saturday. Temperature trend, though, once we start moving into Sunday, here comes a big-time warming trend. We'll be into those low 80s. Another cold front comes through, and that will dip those temperatures in the 60s. So basically, between December 12th and December 16th, we should be near average. But then as we really start getting a bit closer towards Christmas, it looks like we will be running well above average. As we get results here, the full 7-day forecast, temperatures a little bit of a whirlwind, but overall still staying below average. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve.
If you want to see how bundled up I like to get, you can get over to Candace Campos News 6 Facebook page, because Crystal and I were bundled yesterday. I tell you all what. All right, look, I-4 looking good this morning. No major issues out there to start. Again, it's 5:51. I'd be saying this whether I was in front of the green screen looking at you or sitting here at the desk on a normal weekday. So Daytona, good morning to you guys. Volusia County, I-95, all your exits there and entrance ramps. And then jumping far south, minor crash here in Brevard. And I can't read that from here, off of Lake Drive.
Well, thousands of SUVs now under a recall alert.
Ahead at 6, why Honda says a fuel leak could be dangerous for drivers. First, though, a local doctor now behind bars after police say he admitted to killing his own wife. The latest from law enforcement next as we check our big stories.
Trooper Steve on Patrol is sponsored by Gibson Truck World. We are the king of trucks. News 6 is giving away a PlayStation 5, iPad, and more with 6 days of giveaways. Sign up to be a News 6 Insider to enter to win.
5:55, let's check our big stories. A Windermere doctor is set to face a judge today after police say he murdered his wife. Thomas Wetzel allegedly confessed to the crime yesterday, days after the victim was found at a home on Magnolia Street.
A jury has awarded the parents of Tyree Sampson $310 million. They sued the makers of the Orlando free-fall drop ride after the 14-year-old fell to his death back in 2022. Well, the chilly weather is set to take a little break, but not before one more cold front sweeps right on through.
We'll deal with it. Ahead at 6, Candace will be pinpointing the weather changes for your weekend. Mark.
A festive spirit is sweeping over the city of Orlando, and that means we're just hours away from lighting the Christmas tree here at Lake Eola Park. Coming up after the break, I'm taking you inside the 64-foot tree to show you how the magic happens.
The new 6 Plus app is available on your Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and Android TV streaming devices. Download today.